Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover. You're watching Review Machines, and this is probably the cheapest serial-produced snowmobile in the world. It's called Arctic. The main idea of the manufacturer is to produce the simplest and most reliable snowmobile, mostly for work and everyday routine, providing the lowest price. And as far as I know, this Sled is really the cheapest. If I'm mistaken, please let me know in the comments. Well, we'll speak about the prices a bit later, and before that, we are going to look into the construction and make some interesting tests. So get comfortable, my friends, it's time to begin, let's go! Undoubtedly nowadays, there are many various snowmobile brands that are much better in every aspect than our vehicle. But how much are they? Maybe 10 times more expensive. So let's look closer at our Sled and find out why it's so simple and cheap. Well, first of all, I should say it looks a bit nasty, doesn't it? But it's a real utility vehicle. Its length is 2750 mm, the width is 1100 mm. It's based on a steel welded frame. There are huge windows in the chassis, not to let snow clog there. At the front there is a simple spring suspension, and the chassis also has some kind of a simple suspension. Besides, we see here the gear to adjust the tension of the track. The width of the track is 500 mm, the growser is 19 mm. The bottom is flat, for better sliding on snow. There are two seats on the glove box. The footsteps are wide and comfortable. The handlebar is the simplest. There are no any gauges, just a throttle and brakes. A bit lower, there is a choke and the gear shift. Let's look under the hood. Here we see a 20 HP one-cylinder engine. It works together with CVT and the gearbox. As we can see, everything here is assembled quite neatly, and the construction is as simple as possible. Even the brake system is mechanical. Well, I think it's high time to start the engine and try this Sled in practice. I think it goes without saying, but anyway, I do say, do not expect an insane performance from these machines. These Sleds are cut out for smooth and calm riding, to go fishing and hunting, to do some work in winter conditions, and to have some pleasant rides. The engine definitely can't provide a high speed, but it's rather torquey and eats little fuel. A good engine for working hours. And again, it's simple, and it's easy to repair it. By the way, this engine, Lifan, it's a copy of famous Honda GX engine. Certainly there is another variant. Instead of buying this new Sled, we always can buy some used old Yamaha BRP, and probably it would be even better. But there is no any guarantee that your old Sled won't get broken and require an expensive repair. Well, of course, our Sled Arctic also can be broken, but it will be much cheaper to fix it. So it's up to you. Let me know in the comments what variant you prefer. Now let's check how fast the thing is. According to the official specs, the maximum speed is 45 km per hour. We'll find out now if we can reach it. But we should take into account that our Sled is new, so the result may be a bit lower. And it's really so. The result is 42 km per hour. And we tried this test again. with a passenger after the filming this video. And as we can see, the result is 44 km per hour after just a day of driving it. Now I should mention some features of this sled. In fact, it's rather light, and it has a wide and long track, as we know, so it's capable of moving on loose and deep snow. Besides, as I mentioned, the chassis is not clogged with the snow here. That may be a huge problem for other cheap snowmobiles. Certainly I tried this sled myself with a great enthusiasm. Now we are going to test it on a deep snow, and we begin on the field. In these conditions, the snowmobile doesn't have any problems at all. It's rather easy to handle the machine. It weighs about 200 kilos, so it's quite lightweight for a sled. But I don't like the fact that it doesn't have any heaters, and the brake is mechanical. I think any sled must have a hydraulic brake. In search of deep snow, we moved into forest on bumpy road. Here we can see that the suspension works, but the sled is rather tough on the whole. Let's try to move on untouched deep and loose snow. It's a snap, as we can see. Let's find something more interesting. And it's probably the deepest snow we can find in this season. Let's try our sled here. Well, and even deeper snow here. Again, it goes here like a vessel on smooth water, and even with a passenger we don't have any problems at all. But finally, we faced the limits of this vehicle. We found the ascent, covered with the deepest snow. On one hand, we can move along the slope. But on the other hand, when we tried to move uphill, we got stuck. Well, and now it's high time to speak in a word about the prices. There are two modifications of this sled, a standard and the long version. The difference is an engine and in the length of the track. The price of the standard version is $2,500. The long version costs $3,000. And again, speaking about the main idea of this video, is it really the cheapest stereo-produced sled currently? Please let me know in the comments. Thanks for having a ride with us, my friends. Consider subscribing the channel if you liked this video. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.